Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMtrading. Today is January 11th, 2021. And today is Monday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, the Bitcoin takes a step backwards and tanks after a massive rally last week. We're going to take a look at that in just a second. No major economic events scheduled for today, but lots of drama is coming out of the United States as they're looking to impeach Donald Trump, or should I say former President Trump? I'm not sure. Okay, but looking at the markets right now, we're watching the dollar actually get stronger as we're seeing the indices take a step backwards, both the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ. Now, looking at commodities, gold looks like it's bottoming out. And we're going to take a look at that in just a second. And oil slumps and takes a retracement there. Now, looking at the stocks, it's a mixed bag. And we're going to see the effects of what's going to happen next in the markets. I do expect there to be some red today, some pullbacks and some sell-off as the U.S. looks to impeach Donald Trump. Now, lastly, looking at Bitcoin plummeting over 10,000 points over the weekend. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're going to start here with the Euro USD at a 4-hour chart. And you can see this trend line that we set up last week. I believe it was last Thursday that we set up. We breached at 122.63 and with some gusto. Now, this is hitting another important level. This 121.60-ish level is a very important level. It's a previous resistance, subsequent support. So just to write that up for us, okay, I'm going to set that up right now so that we can see that a little bit more clearly. So I would expect this to bounce off of this 121.60-ish level, okay? If it does plummet further, we do have a support at 120. So just keep that in mind as this corrects itself. Looking at the GBP USD, also correcting itself on the downside. Next real support is 134. If we look at a daily chart, we've been on a nice little trend upwards. And if we do break this moving average, that's an important moving average. If we dip below that 30-day moving average, that might be a catalyst for a little bit of a correction when it comes to the dollar. Looking at the USD Rand, the dollar got stronger versus the Rand, but it does look at this 1550 that it may retrace as well. So keep that in mind as we go into today. Now, jumping in commodities, gold hitting 1830 this morning, and looks like it's had enough of this sell-off as it consolidates in this area. So I do expect a little bit of a bounce there. Looking at oil, we retraced down to 51.67. Not a major retracement, but something to perk my eyes about, especially if you were long this already. You might want to take some money off the table. Now, jumping into the Dow Jones, okay? So we didn't plummet, okay? We didn't sell off so aggressively. We took a little bit of a profit taking at this 31,100-ish level, but it does look like there's going to be a correctional move. Number one, because most people would like to take some money off the table at these levels, okay? That's number one. And number two, things in the United States could get very ugly in the next 2 weeks, right before Biden takes his inauguration, which is scheduled for January 20. So with that said, I'd keep an eye on the U.S. markets. Looking at the NASDAQ as well, did retrace from its all-time high after hitting 13,000. Now, looking at the individual stocks, Microsoft trades a little bit stronger. If we look at JP Morgan, also sustained itself above this 136. Not sure if that's going to happen today, and we may see some sell-off there. Alcoa did take a little bit of a step backwards. So it's a mixed bag in the United States right now, as I do expect there to be some sell-off today. Now, jumping lastly into Bitcoin. Look at this, trading at 34, and it's bouncing off that level. And this is why it's so important to set up these Fibonacci retracement levels. If you see here, we traded so perfectly here. This 39,100 was your support, broke off of it, had a hard time breaking that second support at 34,500, and then selling off to 32,000, which was your Fibonacci support line at 6180. And then bouncing off of it. And this is why it's so important to use these Fibonacci retracement levels to identify potential reversal opportunities. And this morning you already had it. 32,649 would jump to 34,334. Now, if this does break this 35,000-ish level, okay, I do expect it to continue going back into this 39,000. These things, when I say these things, these type of assets that are trading as such high flyers, and they're trading with tremendous light volume, okay, because there's only a few people that are trading this altogether. Not a few people, but there's, you know, much less people trading the value of Bitcoin today than, for example, somebody trading Euro USD, right? It's still a very exotic asset. So you do expect these type of severe extreme moves in both directions, okay, which gives day traders tremendous amount of opportunity to scalp some money throughout the day. So keep that in mind, as the opportunity will continue, but you got to commit yourself to the technical levels, okay? And it is really honoring these technical levels tremendously, okay? So something to keep an eye on later today. If it does break these levels, just keep an eye on it and take advantage of it. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.